You know what though? There's one guy that stands out,
Absolutely.
and he can be considered one of the best players in the draft. Honestly, that's how highly we think about him. The obvious number one for us is Jalen Carter from Georgia, 6'3", 314 pounds.
Let me start off with this. There's one huge obvious question with Jalen Carter, and it stems from: is this guy going to be in the NFL in 2 years, or is he going to do something stupid? He had a DUI / reckless driving from a tragic event that happened with Georgia. I don't really want to get into it. He had an awful pro day, showed up overweight. He was arrested.
Didn't finish his workout.
Didn't finish the workout. We don't know the character of Jalen Carter. We've never met the guy. We've never talked to him. I wish him the best. That's the big con, is that there will be nothing else said regarding this event.
Yeah. And
the rest of this will be on the field only. If you're good with that, I think.
And on the field, on matter of fact, like, he's fucking phenomenal, bro. He's special. Twitchy.
Very twitchy for that. He's huge.
For that size,
he's
man.
huge.
Yeah.
He's quick out of his stance. He's slippery. It's like they can't block him. No one tried to block that guy one-on-one other than like Osiris, and Osiris struggled with him.
That's really the only con I had with him. And I did lineman at first for first scouting I did this year. And one of the first matchups I seen was Osiris against Jalen Carter. And I was like, man, he held his ground against Jalen Carter, man. And I continue watching the film on Jalen Carter. Kind of struggles with big old guards in the NFL that are very powerful.
So,
and what's the NFL full of with guards?
Very,
the big motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, powerful ass guards and stuff. So what that's like one of his cons. Like another one would say, sometimes he looks a little out of shape, which kind of showed up at the pro day
and showed up in the playoffs. He didn't really shine.
Yeah, Georgia, against TCU it didn't matter, but against Ohio State, he didn't really make that many plays. They rotate him in. Another thing I would say is he's not the best against double teams. He's not a guy who's just like, hey, whatever, I don't care, I'll just move you. He's been banged up, whether it's injuries like shoulder, knee, but this guy is such a clear-cut blue chipper, top 5 pick, without off the field stuff, whatever. Yeah. There's really nothing he does bad. Like this stuff we're talking about is really nitpicky.
Yeah, he
still whoops people's asses all the time.
Yeah,
he reminded me of Quinn Williams when I watched him. I was like, wow,
great leverage, violent hands.
Yeah, gets into people, shoves them, moves them. He's a people mover. Yeah. He's not the best against the run, but against the pass and what these guys are paid to do now, he's elite at it. It's not close. It's him in his own class. No one touches him. The other guys are just like niche guys who have like a little role on a team. This guy's a star.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
Absolute star.
And
so I would ask you this.
Yes, Max, go ahead.
Because I think there's a deeper conversation in here. If you're in the top 10, do you pick this guy?
If he gets a good interview, yeah, I would. Absolutely. He's a top 10 talent. Do you think he'll go in the first round? I don't think there's any way this guy falls out.
I'll be shocked.
Because
I don't think he gets past your Eagles.
Yeah. Oof, I wish. I really hope so. Yeah.
I know the Raiders. I remember saying, if Jalen Carter is there, I pick him automatically. And I know with the Raiders, they have had some tragic events with, let's just say.
How about this? They've had guys with very bad decision making and a lot of off the field issues.
So maybe Jalen Carter wouldn't be the best option here.
Especially with a new regime, but talent-wise,
my God, how do you pass up on a guy like that? And what do the Raiders need? They need defensive tackles.
They need defensive players.
Yes.
They need difference makers. It's like, hey, you have one really good edge guy, but how about you pair him with a guy who can get pressure from the middle? How about when Max Crosby's like, they step up. They step up into Jalen Carter's arms.
Yeah. And, who knows? New regime, you can't really blame that on them. So maybe they're like, we got a different culture here. At the end of the day, it is Vegas.
He's better than Jordan Davis as a prospect.
Yeah.
He's not the physical freak Jordan Davis is. He's better than Barmore.
I don't think he's a better prospect than Quinn Williams.
No.
Quinn Williams is some of the best tape
I've seen. Quinn Williams better than Aaron Donald as a prospect coming out. Better tape. So this guy is so special, worth a top 10 pick in my book. If he passes the character stuff, the interviews, the background check, whatever they have to do. There's really not much more to be said.
Yeah.
There's very few questions about him.
Comp I had for him, that's closest thing, Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah.
When he plays violently, it's in your face, heavy hands, like Jeffrey Simmons all over the fucking place, man.
I like it.